aka VibesWitIvyy, and we got to talk about Baddies USA. There was a particular scene that was very, very interesting. It simply just does not add up. We must discuss. So let's go. It's gang, happy holidays to everybody. I hope everyone has a blessed holiday, whether you're with family, friends, or, even if you aren't with family, I hope you have a blessed holiday. Now, I want to come to you guys with just a real quick subject, a real quick topic. Now, before I even get started, I want to just make it real clear that we are not here to judge. We are not here to really even criticize. We are not here to look down upon anybody. It's really just to ask a question, to be honest. Now, we all been watching Baddies USA, and we are all familiar with your girl Scotty. Love your girl Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Actually, let me just go into something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because your girl was definitely killing them. Okay? Killing them. Now, this ain't just to gas anybody, but the girl was definitely clearing the girls. And this was a look that we seen on Baddies USA. But yes. It was given. It was definitely given. Okay? Have to give credit when it's due at all times. But yes, I wanted to talk about your girl Scotty, and I wanted to really highlight the friendship that she has with Rolly. Now, this is for a reason, so please follow. But the relationship that she has with Rolly, I really, really, really admire. I really do, because I feel like it's genuine. I feel like it's even outside the show. I truly do. So let's just glance over that just real quick. Over the years.
Rolly, you look good.
Right, yeah. Well, that's went straight to a booking. Boom.
Look at Rolly. You look
You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Scotty, like how happy she was genuinely to see Rolly. Like, that was genuine. And I love it. Even at the baby shower that she just had just recently. Congratulations again to her. Yes.
And the love that I've seen between y'all, it definitely gives people hope. And I'm just... Oh, sorry. It's okay. Because I love Scotty so much. And the growth that I've seen between...
That was so sweet. And you can tell it was coming from her heart. Now, what the hell? Anyways, you could tell that it was coming from her heart, and that's what I really do admire about their friendship, about their connection. And the comments we have, she's always saying nice things about Scotty in interviews too, so I do believe her. Exactly, and that's my point. Like, it really does give that. It really does. I really, really, really love this. I really do. It says, exactly, I wish. Where is Scotty's actual family now? I didn't know it was going to say it. So we're going to move on because that's not what we're talking about. Now, there was even another incident. Rolly, received something from Scotty. And I thought this was really nice.
Now I look like a trucker, but I really don't give a damn because Scotty always just makes... Scotty sent me a birthday gift, y'all. Y'all know my birthday is tomorrow. And I really don't get birthday gifts, like, ever. But Scotty always looks out for me with everything, even after my surgery and everything. I don't know what she got me, but we finna... Y'all. My fucking sister, she's just so Scotty, no, the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't, Scotty. Oh, my God. Y'all, right now, I look like a trucker.
Okay. Hold on. What did she get? Oh, damn. I thought we was going to see it. That was a teaser. Now, I already know it's something nice, and I already know it was something very, probably thoughtful. Things that we know that you really care about or, connect to you in some sort of way. So, I already know. Definitely. So, that's what I'm talking about. Like, their relationship, period, is something to admire. It really is. When you see good connections and these crazy ass shows, you have to take a time and a moment to really, like, realize that. Take a moment to really realize, like, damn, like, outside of this show, I really feel like these two women have a great friendship. And that's how I feel. I feel like they have a great friendship. So now, the reason why I even take this time to talk about their friendship is because this reason here. Now, I know you guys are all familiar with the past episodes that have been airing, and you've probably seen a glimpse. But how do you guys feel about this scene right here? Now, this is when all the Tasiki stuff was going down. I remember this scene very much so. It says, really? No, you stay out here. Scotty says, Really says, ain't no And then she says she was real for this. And she was. She was. It also says, really tells Scotty to stay back during the chaos. Now, that brings full circle why I even brought up their friendship. I take this time to admire connections like this because these are the people that actually look out for you in a moment where I feel like, you know, maybe not ideally, everyone's not thinking about what's going on and that we have someone here that we need to like protect and make sure that she's safe. But I love that Rolly took that moment to realize that in that moment because there's so much going on. I'm not saying that it was purposely done or, you know, with intent, but it still brings the question to the playing field of, should this be normalized? You know? It just brings that question to the forefront. And again, this is not to say this in any sort of judgmental type of way. And I'm not trying to criticize no parties involved here. But I have to put safety first. When I sit back and I watch certain things, yeah, I might watch it in entertainment purposes. But when I am, you know, in full knowledge of the fact that we have someone here that, you know, is with child, we have to take that serious. That's all. Beyond the entertainment, I'm going to take that serious. And I want to make sure that she's safe at all times. You know? Because in those moments of chaos, we're not all thinking in that moment. You know? So how do y'all feel about this scene? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know. All right, so in the comments we have, I agree with Rolly. She's a true friend. I agree. Someone else said, Rolly, the only one who cares. I love her and Scotty. Someone else said, I love it when Big Sis is always in protection mode. Huh? Protect the baby at all costs. Exactly. Someone else said, Scotty and Rolly close. Rolly said, you're not squishing my knees because you want to see a fade. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure Scotty's going to make Rolly the godmother. You already know. You already know. It's just made. It's just made. It's supposed to be. So, yeah. Someone else said that's not safe, Scotty, although I've seen worse. I hear you. Someone else said, I understand that this is her career, but she really should chill being in the clubs pregnant. Anything can happen anywhere, but it's more likely to happen with the line of work they do in at clubs, especially with these crazy A fans that be attacking them. They do be out of nowhere at times, throwing stuff and doing the most. You know? Yeah. Someone else said, OMG, this be the hardest part about pregnancy, especially when you love seeing the action and not being in it. Because, like, dang, I can't even go see if I'm not in the mess. Damn. Yeah, and I mean, in a sense, if you wanted to be someone that was probably in Scotty's mind, I guess you could probably say that. You know, I'm not her. But at the end of the day, how do y'all feel about the whole scene in generally? I just feel like it just made me feel just a little off. You know, like I'm not going to put a label on anything and I'm not going to come from no sort of judgment sort of, you know what I'm saying, angle. But I just feel like it just made me feel a little off. But I was glad to see that really, you know, stepped in. I was glad to see that really stepped in. And she was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, I love that. I really love that. You know what I'm saying? How did it make you guys feel when you seen the scene? How do you feel in generally about the whole thing altogether? Do you see my point where I can just say like, there's something just a little off about that factor? You know, what was going through y'all mind when y'all seen it? Do you feel like Rolly, you know what I'm saying, stepped in at the right time? Like I said, I'm not coming from no sort of judgmental angle at all. I'm not judging here. I'm just peeping things for, you know, what they is. And I'm just calling it out for just like, you know, let's just make sure that Scotty is safe. Let's make sure throughout all the chaos that's going on that she's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, something just don't add up here. If I could describe the feeling, that was the feeling. Like, something just don't add up here. You know, like, I'm sure this announcement was made from her, you know, so that they were aware of the fact that we need to, you know, watch out. We need to be a little more careful. Throughout all the chaos that's going on, we need to, like, you know, make sure that we're looking out for her. In my own opinion, I feel like that was the whole reasoning on why she made the announcement. So the girls can be a little more careful around her. You know, be a little more self-aware when they're doing all this extra stuff around. So let me know how y'all feel down in the comments. Do you feel like that same off feeling, like something ain't adding up? She made an announcement, and it was for a reason. She ain't made this announcement for no reason. But you know what? That's all I got. And until next time, y'all, I'm out.
Alert, alert. Alien gang, alert, alert.
Alien Gang, I want to know if you noticed in last night's episode when Krishan was having her moment, after everything simmered down, all of the ladies actually took the time in the moment to make sure that Scotty was good and she was okay. And I really do appreciate that. I just want to take the time to shine light on that moment because this is why I made the video in the first place. I just want to always make sure that regardless of the entertainment that we get off of the shows that we watch, that we're never forgetting and that we're always putting what is important first.